What's going on, everyone? Hello, America. Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Yeah. Right now, I'm hotter than a firecracker. Right now, I'm surprised my hat just doesn't blow right off the top of my head because I'm so hot. That's what I am. I'm hot right now because the Democrats have won again. They have gotten their will. They are that baby, that kid that throws a temper tantrum, manipulates mom and dad, vets them against each other, falls out on the floor, embarrasses them, and then mom and dad gives in to the will of the bad, unruly kid. That is what happened. Now, yesterday, Republicans knocked it out the box when it comes down to defending Judge Kavanaugh. Okay? Judge Kavanaugh knocks it out the park. This morning, all of them were saying, yeah, we're going to vote for him. Yeah, we're going to, we're going to go ahead and confirm him. But all of a sudden, Flaky Jake got broke down in the elevator. Flaky Jake gets approached by some protesters yelling at him, and they hit him with the dick buckets. Back in the day when buckets wanted the ref to change the call, he'd grab the football and shake it in their face and intimidate them, and the ref would be like, the ball, it's their ball. Yeah, he got dick buckets. He got straight manipulated. He got punked into flipping over and saying, well, let's go ahead and have an FBI investigation, giving the Democrats what they want once again. I cannot stand the Democratic Party. I'm for real. I watched them boycott today, talking about we're walking out and this and an atrocity and this and that, and all they wanted was an FBI investigation, knowing that you can't not have a thorough FBI investigation in a week. Look at the current FBI investigation with Russia collusion, just all over the road, all over the place, taking up all this time, tax dollars, and so on and so forth. And that's what they want. The Republicans are playing right into their hand. They are simply saying, you know what, we're going to give you another week to come up with some more accusations. We're going to give you another week to continue to fall out, even though we know you really don't want the answers to these questions. You really don't want to see whether Kavanaugh's telling the truth or Ford is telling the truth. That's not the goal and objective. In fact, I would ask all of them, okay, so if it comes back that none of this evidence supports her claims, will you vote for Judge Kavanaugh? And I guarantee you, all of them will absolutely say, no. Then the question becomes, then why are we going through all of this? Why are we jumping through hoops? Why are we continuing to participate in this facade right here, acting like this investigation is going to make a difference? The goal is not to find out whether Brett Kavanaugh did what he did, or whether Dr. Ford is telling the truth. That is not the goal. That is simply the catalyst that they're riding in on so that they can get their will and they can prolong this, try to ride it out into November, and then hopefully win over the House and go from there. Just sabotage, just standing completely on the wheel while everybody's trying to get moving. See, and it's really sad because people like Jeff Flake, I don't even have a word for this kind of guy. And my gut tells me he's going to try to run for president, and because he's out of a job now. I got a feeling he's going to try to run for president, and I hope he gets 0 votes, absolutely 0 votes. And the people right now that watch what we watched yesterday on TV, heard Brett Kavanaugh describe what he has been through for the last 2 weeks, knowing that time is never on the Republican side. Time is always on the Democrat side because they operate in corruption. They operate in manipulation. They operate in gray areas. They operate in the court of public opinions. They just need more time to concoction more negative narratives so they can drive this out, possibly put the pressure on the Republican Party to say, well, this guy now is too hot for us to touch. That is all their goal and objective is. And the Republicans are letting them get away with it. You do not reward negative behavior with a positive result. You do not let your kid fall out on the floor begging for ice cream in the store without spanking their butt and embarrassing them in front of everybody. And the Republicans are doing that. They're saying, you know what, we're going to give you what you want. And the president's hands are tied because now the committee knew they didn't have the votes. So now they had to ask, make the request to the president. So now they get this week, okay? Now, this is where it starts, y'all. They gave them another week. They said, FBI, you're going to have limited scope of investigation and only on the current situation. No stuff that's going to come in at the last second. Nah, you're going to focus on this. But now we hear that Ford, her people are saying, well, no, we'll participate in it, but we need no limits on it. No time constrictions, no scope restrictions. They can go all over the place. They can go ahead and find 1 million witnesses, and there's no time limit, which now goes right back to playing into what the Democrats wanted in the first place. So you're telling me then, okay, that an accusation, and I don't care how believable Ford sound, I don't care how emotional she looked rather, I don't care how compelling her testimony was, because guess what? So was Judge Kavanaugh's, okay? You're telling me then, with absolutely no reason to bring this thing to any type of court system, no evidence, no collaborating witnesses, nothing. You're telling me that you need the FBI to come in and investigate this when we already got people on record stating that never happened, wasn't there. The people she suggested that were a part of this were saying, I don't know what you're talking about. So now all of a sudden you're telling me we need to waste more time and more resources in talking to the people that already given sworn statements. That's all we need. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. To come to the conclusion of the same results that, hey, she said this happened, he said this happened, everybody else said it didn't happen, so now what? And I guarantee you at the end of that week, even if 17 more claims don't come out, the Democrats will still say, well, it was only a week. We need more time. How are we going to come to a conclusion in a week? This is a disgrace. This right here is just an atrocity. This right here, and I wanted to stick my foot through the TV screen and stick my foot right in the mouths of every one of those sorry Democrats that got up there grandstanding on the mic talking about some right now, we are committed to women's rights. We're committed. No, what you're committed to is power. What you're committed to is any collateral damage that needs to take place so y'all can have your way. What you're committed to is the defamation of people's character. What you're committed to is a globalistic agenda. What you're committed to is bringing in a Supreme Court justice that will implement all types of social agendas. That is what they are committed to. They are not committed to Americans. They're not committed to their constituents. They are not committed to the Constitution. They're not committed to the law. They're not committed to Ford, Dr. Ford. They're not committed to her. You know, they straight asked Senator Dianne Feinstein yesterday, hey man, how did they get this? How did the whole document come out in the first place? I don't know, it didn't come from me. You know, have you asked your people? No, I didn't ask them, but you know, at the same time, I'm sure nobody from my posse would have leaked it. Then somebody whispers in her ear, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I asked. Didn't I ask you? I asked you, right? Okay, yeah, I asked her. So it didn't come from you. Then who'd it come from? Huh? Well, I mean, you know, you're telling me then that somebody broke into your office, stole the data, perhaps, huh? Or you're telling me Ford, who said she didn't want it to come out, decided, you know, I'm going to leak it myself. How naive are people who believe this? How naive are the Republican Party to yield to the will of the Democrats and expect them to play by the rules? They have never played by the rules, and they never will. It's that simple. All this is another delay tactic so they can slide in some more garbage within the next week and say, now we need another investigation. Now we need another one. And then we'll have one more after that. Only to conclude, if they find out that absolutely nothing happened, they will still say no to Brett Kavanaugh. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're now back in the cycle. Now we're back on this whole let's drag it out so we can concoct more fake evidence and accusations. And it is not fair to Brett Kavanaugh. It's not fair to Americans who voted for President Trump, voted for these Republicans to get it done. And when you got a lame duck senator in there like Jeff Flake, who don't have to worry about getting reelected, it's easy for his butt to make a decision like this because it doesn't even affect him. Your lack of commitment to the Republican Party disturbs me, Jeff. Boy. Anyway, find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, like this video, share this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, and don't forget to check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. Love this shirt. Telling you, I'm going out salsa dancing tonight to clear my head. And I need to rock the Extreme Tee. Let me show you. Let me step back so y'all can peek it out. Bam! See, y'all don't believe I salsa dance. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Come again. Anyway, check me out Wednesday nights, 7:30 in Kevin's Corner. God bless you.